Your friend probably scrolls TikTok for memes, but this guy built a career out of reading them.
Bro, the next person that walks out of my life, I'm going with them. I'm sick. 10-year-old me. I'm never going to be those boring adults always in a bad mood. Me today. Facts.
He went from posting screenshots to hosting podcasts, and somewhere along the way, he became a controversy magnet. It's Bentellect. He's being accused of using OF collabs to stay relevant, and somehow managing to turn a harmless meme page into a full-blown PR disaster. And when he tried to clap back at Penguin Zero, it didn't exactly go how he expected.
What he's become known for over the years is looking at tweets or comments, reading them out, and then going, heh, yeah. That's literally it.
I would argue that Charlie reading strangers' private text messages makes him and his followers more of a creep than me texting a girl. But there's an idiot born every second, and a lot of them are following Moist Critical.
I'm Indart, and as always, make sure to subscribe with notifications on. Before the drama, Bentellect was actually one of the most chill and likable guys on TikTok. He blew up in 2020 during the lockdown era, which was the perfect time for meme content. His entire niche was simple. He would read screenshots of tweets or Reddit posts with a calm voice. However, he always made sure to laugh during pronouncing the final word as if it was the funniest thing he had ever read.
If I say goodnight and an hour later you see me online, it's not that I lied, it's just that I failed. Imagine being so single that when you listen to a romantic song, nobody comes to your mind. I mean, who the F declines calls and texts was me?
There wasn't any controversy surrounding these simplistic videos, and therefore it was extremely easy to watch. Most people saw him as harmless entertainment, the kind of content you would see once and not have any second thoughts about later. By mid-2021, he had over 11 million followers, a billion likes, and a crossover into YouTube where he would perform even greater. By uploading over 3,000 individual videos like the one you just saw, he managed to pull in over 4 billion total views. But that's also when people started to notice something. The content wasn't evolving. It was the same recycled meme format every single day. Comments under his newest uploads went from agreeing with the points he makes to, bro, we've seen this meme 5 times already. As it turned out, posting almost the same video each and every day started to take a toll on the quality of the memes he was reading. And when the algorithm started rewarding newer creators, Bentellect's numbers dropped fast. To stay relevant, Ben started leaning into collab videos with women who had OF accounts. At first, it just seemed like harmless networking. However, behind the scenes was something completely different from the Bentellect we knew on camera. In early 2025, adult content creator Jordan Max posted a tweet claiming that Bentellect had been messaging her privately, asking to collaborate. I was invited to be on a podcast by a pretty popular TikTok creator, and 3 hours before we were supposed to record, he asked me if I wanted to make an OF video with him, which I declined. And 1 hour before we were supposed to meet up, he cancelled, and this is why. She said that he had crossed a line, hinting that his messages weren't about genuine content ideas, but instead all about personal attention. For context, Bentellect is the grey and Jordan's messages are in blue. They were about to film a video about taste testing pickles. Ben, do you want to make a video for OF? Jordan, when? Today. No, you need a TTS from within the last 14 days and an OF creator account. I mean a video for your page. Doing what? I don't know what performs the best on your page. I was just thinking, you're helping me with doing a video for my YouTube, so maybe I could help your OF. I'm good, thanks. No worries. Hey, going to do the pickle video with someone else. thanks though. Her post would gain over 1 million views in just a matter of days. And as the story spread, other small creators began sharing screenshots of alleged messages from Ben, claiming he used the same kind of language, casual at first, but getting uncomfortably personal once they replied. OMG, I've dealt with Bentellect too. Actually, he's bothered a lot of women. I don't have any screenshots from our 3-day hangout, but he told me he loved me and asked me to move in right away. He also drank 2 1.75 liquor bottles of mine in a day. He is an alcoholic and needs to seek help immediately. While none of these messages were explicitly illegal, the pattern made him look unprofessional and manipulative, almost as if he was using collaborations as a way to flirt with women in the industry. Bentellect then went on to deny everything in a short new TikTok.
There's a lot being said about me on the internet right now, and I just wanted to clear the air. The first thing I want to say is I'm sorry to anyone that I've made feel uncomfortable. I want to say to any girl who I've been rude to, whether through text or in person, that I'm sorry. I understand that me being sorry does not excuse that kind of behavior. I will continue to work on myself and do better.
But that response didn't help. Many saw it as him dodging accountability instead of addressing Jordan's claims directly. The internet started to turn on him fast. This apology is sponsored by ChatGPT. I am sorry for making people uncomfortable. Incorrect. I'm sad I got caught. Correct. He looked like he was holding in a laugh the whole time. On the 20th of August 2023, Penguin Zero would upload a video on Ben himself, with the title simply being Huge Loser.
It seems like the only thing on this guy's mind is and how he's never getting it, I guess, but is very desperate too, and will do it by any means necessary to try and achieve coitus.
He called out Bentellect for acting overly self-righteous online, while doing the exact same things he claimed to hate. These include, but are not limited to, chasing engagement and pretending to be wholesome while profiting from sexualized content. He started bringing up more cases of Ben acting insanely weird towards females.
It seems like you're trying desperately to get into but keep getting rejected and can't handle it. So how can you have the gall to try and shame them for it when you are desperately trying to do it yourself? Here's a wacky little Snapchat one. Do you want to come over here and spend some time with me? Because on a side note, I do think I could probably make us some money on all Bentellect is crazy into oblivion. I think it's Bentellect crazy into oblivion or something. But this is so goofy. He's speaking about himself in the third person in this one. And then he even tries bribery. If you come over, I'll give you $1,000. I just really want you. This one's a lot more vintage Ben, so this was a different kind of relationship these two had as opposed to just the podcast hustle he keeps trying to run. They start by saying, I guess it's just not meant to be. Ben says, facts, no hard feelings, but yeah, it ain't working. So then they part ways, or so it would seem. Ben has a couple of parting words here. He says, for your future self, if you're going to turn around on a guy and say, hey, I'm not down for friends with benefits shit, just say that before you go through all the bullshit. Boring as not my problem that you turned around and quit drinking because you're an alcoholic and now pass out at 8 p.m. fucking out, bitch. Eventually, he would go on to make another written apology towards his behavior. However, it was a complete and utter disaster. Let's look at his first apology. I've recently been accused of some heinous actions and would like the opportunity to share my disgust at these accusations. I'm a firm believer in the rights and equality of all humans, including women. If that's not the biggest red flag immediately, I don't know what else is. I stand by the rights for all humans, and that does include women. Those creatures. I am including them in that statement because that's the kind of angel I am. Now, instead of brushing it off, Ben decided to fire back. It would take him over a year to finally make a response where he would apparently explain the truth.
He made a video slandering me over a year ago, but the damage it caused still affects me, my career, and my mental health to this day, which is why I'm making this video. He made up a story reading fake screenshots from Twitter that I started a fake podcast to get girls specifically, to come and up. I later put out a video explaining that Jordan Max had put out fake screenshots and debunked the theory because that came from me actually starting a podcast with Maria Smith, a friend of mine. I literally put out an apology video because I was sick and tired of the endless harassment. I wouldn't be respecting myself if I didn't speak my truth.
Before claiming that Charlie making the video about him in the first place makes him far more of a creep than he ever could be.
A lot of fans have recommended that I sue Charlie. I would argue that Charlie reading strangers' private text messages makes him and his followers more of a creep than me texting a girl. But there's an idiot born every second, and a lot of them are following Moist Critical.
Around the same time, he would upload a full-length video to his channel titled Commentary Channels Love to Lie. He would go and try to uncancel himself, but unfortunately for Ben, it only has a 15% like to dislike ratio.
This is actual proof that no matter what I do, regardless of it, people will talk about it because apparently it gets views. I love how it says steal meme from Reddit. The stealing thing is hilarious. Let me clarify this right now. People who say that I steal memes is no different than these people making videos about me. It's no different. It's the same thing. They went and used me to make content. I went and used a meme to make content. Same thing.
He admitted he falsely copyright struck another creator, but it was a complete accident and he didn't know what he was doing.
I just point blank thought when someone used your videos, you put in a copyright claim. I didn't know there was a difference at the time between strike or claim or whatever.
However, I think the worst part of this entire video was when he laughed at his own content during his expose.
This dude goes to bed with the slightest thought in the back of his head that someone is actually gonna take things a little seriously. I'm on my way to your house.
Which led Bentellect to reply,
You kind of look like Woody from Toy Story.
Before finally bringing up the accusations of him texting these women, making the following statement on the entire drama.
So I'll just clarify exactly what happened here. I'm sure plenty of people have heard this. So this girl DM'd me a year prior on Instagram, basically wanted to go grab a drink. Never ended up happening. A year later, I was starting a podcast, got drunk the day before she was gonna come over, and I texted her this. So, yep, this is a drunk text at noon. I was blackout drunk. It was just dumb. It was just stupid.
He began blatantly just brushing past every other text claiming they were fake.
This whole convo, I don't care what anyone says about it, this right here, I don't know who put it out, fake. Oh my god, I've dealt with Bentellect too. Actually, he's bothered a lot of women. Where's the name? This is just a text message, and people take it as like a story. It's not a story. Let me just say this. The story is that I started a podcast to leverage my fame to sleep with women. False.
So it's quite humorous when you find out that the comments were roasting him just as hard. You realize being drunk in that moment makes it so much worse. You just have to trust source, trust me bro. By the end of 2023, his follower growth had basically flatlined. His TikToks that used to pull millions were now barely surpassing 100,000 views, and he's resorted to just re-uploading his older content as a desperation attempt for relevance. His YouTube is performing no better either, as with 3 million subscribers, a video from almost a month ago only receiving 1,000 views is honestly just embarrassing. The comment sections, which were once filled with positivity, turned into roasting sessions. Remember when you were funny? Give it up, Unk. Why is he still going at this? But the absolute cherry on top is the fact that he started watermarking his own memes on his Instagram story, where you can see he simply put his name over a picture of SpongeBob's house.